Hello, good morning, everyone. So today we will be studying Doha Development Agenda, the topic which has been given under the international trade law. So first we'll start with the history. So Doha Development Agenda was the first ministerial conference which was started in Doha, Qatar, in November 2001. It succeeded the Uruguay round and the three ministerial conferences of Singapore, Geneva, and Seattle in 1999. Now, what are the objectives of the Doha Development Agenda? First, lowering the trade barriers around the world. Next, committing all countries to negotiations, opening agriculture and manufacturing markets, as well as trade in services, negotiations, and expanded intellectual property regulations. Now, the third, make trade rules fairer for developing countries. Next, what were the key issues at Doha? So number one, agriculture has become the linking of the agenda for both developing and the developed countries. Compulsory licensing of medicines and patent protections, a review of provision given special and different treatment to developing countries, resolve problems that developing countries are having in implementing current trade organization. So these were the key issues that was raised at Doha. So what was the key interest for the Asian countries? You know, what are the Asian countries? So greater market access for industrial goods, trade facilitation, anti-dumping and subsidies, technical cooperation, effective dispute settlement mechanism. Next, what was the declaration that has been done in the Doha Development Agenda? The Doha Ministerial Declaration mandate for agriculture calls for comprehensive negotiation aimed at substantial improvements in market access, reduction of export subsidies. The declaration also provides that special and different treatment for developing countries would be an integral part of all parts of negotiation. The declaration took note of the non-trade concerns reflected in negotiation proposal of various member countries and confirmed that they would be taken into account in negotiation. Next, this was the most important declaration that has been done in the Doha Development Agenda, that is the Intellectual Property Declaration. The Doha Declaration on the Public Health sought to alleviate developing countries' dissatisfaction with aspects of the TRIPS regime. The declaration committed member states to interpret and implement the agreement to support public health and to promote access to medicines for all. Next, now this was the issue that has been raised by the developing nations, that is the agricultural issues. One of the key issues is this agreement on agriculture. Areas related to agriculture, market access, domestic support, export competition, trade-related intellectual property rights. 40 to 50% of support to farmers in the form of green box subsidies. Developed countries allowed to retain 80% of the subsidies, while developing countries can subsidize their farmer not more than 10%. Increasing dependency on imports for food, grains could bring strain on external payment position of these countries. Next, parties could not agree to launch a negotiation. Parties could not agree on subject for negotiation. After agreeing to start the negotiation, the parties take a long time to come to the mutually agreeable outcome. Now, having agreed to start a negotiation, subsequently, the parties appear unable to conclude the negotiation with an agreement. Having agreed to start a negotiation, subsequently the parties can only agree to conclude the activity of the negotiation without an agreement. Okay. So this was the type of emphasis of the relevance at the Doha round. Next. Now, other than this, there has been some unaddressed issues which were also mentioned as one of the key issues, but that was not addressed in the Doha Development Agenda. Now, what were their issues? In order not to discredit itself, globalization would have to squarely address sustainable development and poverty reduction. So this is one of the most important issues that has not been addressed over there. There must be an attempt to link the strategies of the development to something more fundamental, the ends of the economic and social development. The international trade rules are underpinned by insufficient appreciation of the adverse impact of rapid liberalization. if it does not pay adequate attention to the need to reduce asset and income inequalities. Next. Without substantial investment in the capacity to supply and equally import a guaranteed safety net against falling prices and import surges, sudden liberalization would expose the constituents to unbearable risks. Now, what were the disadvantages for India? India also took an active participation in the Doha Agenda development. And some disadvantages that India faced after the Doha Development Agenda are: TRIPS agreement went against the Indian Patents Act 1970. Introduction of product patents in India led to hike in drug prices by the MNCs. Hence, the poor were left with no generic option. Extension of intellectual property right to agriculture has negative effects on India and Indian Research Institute. Application of TRIPS agreement undermines any plan or strategy or self-reliant growth based on local technology. Service sector in India are backward compared to the service sector in the developed countries. Hence, inclusion of trade in service is detrimental to the interest of India. The MFN clause proved to be detrimental to India's interest and provided grounds for Chinese invention in the Indian market through dump. So this is all we have to know about the Doha Development Agenda. I hope you liked it very much. Thank you.